These flames have blazed a path of destruction, with close to 500,000 acres burned so far. The out-of-control fire is being fueled by recent hot, dry conditions, and as the threat nears, residents are fleeing for their lives. The explosive Dixie Fire, named for the road where it ignited, is just 25% contained. Bone-dry conditions and strong winds could make the blaze even more combustible. Homes and other buildings have been destroyed, the fire gutting the small town of Greenville. Residents forced to leave everything behind as they fled their homes.
Left behind a lot of stuff. Fires ravaged through everything.
It's scary when you sit there and see all the smoke coming over the mountain and wonder, where's it at? Because you can't see it.
CBN's Operation Blessing is working closely with relief partners in and around areas burned by the flames. One of those is Bethel Global Response.
What we saw there was devastating. The families have often lived there for multi-generations, and the families' homes are often owned outright, and they've been there since they were born.
Bethel is working to support families both physically and spiritually.
We're offering something called ash outs, which is sifting through the ashes of the home that was lost in order to find valuables that are still intact within the footprint of the home that can be given back to the survivors.
With so many fires burning across the state in recent years, Bethel has grown accustomed to the much-needed ministry.
We get prepared for this all year long, and it is anticipated, and it has been happening pretty consistently recently. We are geared up for this. We have responded to the salt fire recently just north of Reading here in town.
A staff of volunteers making a huge difference in the toughest of times.
People who are servant-hearted, like Jesus is a servant, are those who give their time and their energy and their resources to relieve the suffering of others. And so they are motivated by the compassion of Jesus, by the kindness they've felt from him and the desire to give that away.
And signs of God's love and faithfulness abound in the ashes.
It is so good to see the faithfulness of the Lord from the front seat of a disaster situation. Continually you see his provision, his abundance, his specificity and loving people well, and the overarching compassion of humans loving one another in his name. And you don't find a place where he isn't in the midst of disaster. He is the one loving the survivors, he is the one comforting them, and he is the one counseling them.
Meanwhile, California is on track to surpass last year, which had the worst fire season in recent recorded state history. Since the start of the year, more than 6,000 blazes have destroyed more than 1,200 square miles of land. Charlene Aaron, CBN News.